Given the fact that the 6th episode of The Real Housewives of Lagos, the 3rd season, gave us a lot of drama, a lot of sass, a lot of basbos. In fact, it caused the internet to be on fire, so much so that we talked about them all through last week. So because of that, a lot of us were expecting that the 7th episode was going to be fire and brimstone. But boy, oh boy, we were disappointed. Because, what was that? Like, it's supposed to be like a build-up. Yes, we know that there is tension, some of the cast members are not getting along with each other and all of that, but it almost seems as if a lot of them are pretending, and I have a bone to pick with either the production or whoever it is that was editing that stuff, because some things are just not adding up to me. Because Diana was thanking her man out of the blues, for the car he gave to her. Meanwhile, that car has been in her possession since even before Caroline's event. Like, make it make sense. Why is it now that we are hearing about a car? All of a sudden now, Diana's man is sending her a boat to pick her. I thought the boat wasn't an issue. Like, anyways, let's get back to the gist. So we had a lot of reporting today. We saw Dabota reporting to Ezinne, who is also her friend, who is an arch enemy of Caroline. We'll get there. And we also saw Sophia Momodu reporting the beach event to her uncle, the famous Dele Momodu. Yes, so basically after that beach event, Diadem left early because, like I said earlier, her man sent her a boat. Yes, and of course, Dabota left on her boat that she rented for 1.8 million naira, according to her. And then Sophia, Miriam, and Caroline left on the boat that caused the wahala. They got back to their various houses. Dabota decided to pay Ehi a visit. Now, for those of you guys who don't know Ehi, she's been in the news for quite a while. She's been in the news for dating someone that a lot of people didn't expect her to be dating, and then breaking up with a person. And there was, the gist of her. Like, she's basically like a real estate interior decor sort of, basically, like, yeah, she's a very well-known babe when it comes to the Nigerian socialized scene or entertainment scene or socialized scene. Yeah, like, she's a celebrity. Yes. Now Dabota pays her a visit and recounts the whole stuff that happened at the beach. But did she actually say everything? Because it looks like Dabota left a few things out, because she was basically making it look like, that Sophia came late, that she did not invite Sophia, she only invited 4 people, and then Caroline just invited Sophia without her knowing, and then she just comes in and then she starts complaining about her room, and when she tries to call her out for coming late, then Sophia starts talking about, I came on a boat. I'm telling you guys, that boat, he paid Dabota. Let me not lie. Because how is it that we are still talking about this boat now? Like, why? Anyway, she let out those tiny but important details when she was narrating it to Ehi, and Ehi was like, you should not even think about that. Those are like, nonsense kind of gist and all that. It's not like she has a boat. Like, the way Ehi was trying to make it seem, because of the way Dabota was presenting it to her, and Dabota was like, she actually came with a boat, and she was like, the last time they checked, boat is like 200 million. She wants to know what model. Like, if you are not so pressed about the boat, why do you want to know what model or what year the boat that she came with is? Dabota is making it look like she had no fault in this. You are telling us you invited only 4 women, and Caroline just, called Sophia to tag along, but you made provision for all of them. You had her picture printed out on that banner thingy on the outside. You specifically did not. You conveniently omitted the fact that you changed the rooms. In fact, you had Sophia's name on the room. Like, how is that possible that somebody you never thought would come, somebody you never invited, but somehow you made preparation for the person? And while she was there, she got a message from Laura. Laura telling her that she apologizes for not coming because she had an emergency with her child and all whatnot, and she's inviting her for lunch. Now, also, I don't feel like Laura had any reason to apologize for not showing up. Did she check up on her? You invited somebody, you never checked up on the person. So why would I give you that same respect of telling you this is the reason why I didn't come? Back to Laura. So Laura, Sophia, and of course Caroline had this cake making session, and of course that was where Sophia and Caroline downloaded the gist about what had happened at the beach, and that was where they told Laura, your own room self, it be like dungeon, your own room be like store. Yeah, so you not even get view at all. Maybe saying at the fence where you go to watch, you understand? And she was the only one that was put downstairs. And Laura was like, okay, I don't F with, Dabota. Dabota doesn't F with me. And Caroline also told her that, okay, Dabota had said, I don't really like you. And we all know why Dabota doesn't like Laura, basically because of what Laura's sister Linda has written about her. Yes, I mean, it's crazy that Dabota at the beginning of this was telling us that she is not going to be transferring, whatever, but she is basically doing the same thing that she said she wouldn't do. Anyways, Laura feels the same about her, and it's mutual. And Laura even said if it was her event, she probably put Dabota in the toilet. I'm like, okay. But honestly, let me pause a bit. Who is doing Laura's makeup? Like, that makeup she had, especially during the confessionals, was so cakey. Like, I did not moisturize this around. No, whoever's doing Laura's makeup, no, you did not try it at all. It's not looking nice. It's making her look older than she is. And it's not like Laura is the oldest person there. Anyways, that was where Caroline also told them about her grievances with Dabota, how she came to Dabota's house. In fact, it was, like I told you guys in that, I think that was the second episode, I'm not sure. So it was Caroline inviting Dabota to her house. Then Dabota calls her, oh, I can't be there because I sprained my ankle. Now, Caroline says she comes into the house. She sees Ehi, who is like her arch nemesis, in the kitchen. And she's like, what the F? And then she sees Dabota all made up, looking like, I'm about to go, to this event because I'm all glammed up. And she's wondering to herself, but you sprained your ankle now. So when did you get the power to do all this makeup? Anyway, she sits down, and then Dabota serves her food, and Dabota refuses to eat from the food. Mind you, she had already seen somebody that wasn't really friendly with her in the kitchen. Now, she says she's gonna she's gonna bring that up with Dabota. Now, fast forward, we see Sophia having a discussion. She went to visit her uncle Dele Momodu at Eco Atlantic, which I felt was a bit of like an advert, like doing advert for Dele Momodu, his memo, his, all the project he's doing, because he basically mentioned it. But one thing I'll take out from that is I love the support system that Dele Momodu is actually giving Sophia as her uncle. It's actually beautiful to see that both of them are quite close. Anyway, Sophia narrates the whole thing and talking about how Dabota, came to pick on her, attacked her, and all that. Also, Sophia left out some things, right? She didn't talk about the fact that, she gave everybody gifts and she did not give, the host, and she was trying to be petty. But I like the fact that Dele Momodu, being her uncle, who is older and wiser, pointed out, you cannot tell me you did not do anything. I know you. But at the end of the day, he let her know that, okay, you're a representative of this family, so whatever it is you're doing, always have that at the back of your mind. Now, fast forward again, we get to the lunch. So Laura had invited the ladies, except for Miriam, because Miriam is in the US of A, planning a birthday for her child. Laura walks into the restaurant looking so beautiful. I still have an issue with that makeup, but I mean, this one is better than the one during her confessionals. And then Caroline walks in. I'm loving this, whatever it is that's going on between Laura and Caroline. I guess we've found a middle ground for both of them. Yes, it's Diadem walks in looking so beautiful. Diadem is like a baby doll, let me not lie. Her dress sense this season, chef's kiss. She is looking so good. So she walks in, of course, Laura being Laura. Laura has always said, how much she loves Diadem and all of that. Then they exchange, greetings and all. Then, Caroline was a bit cold and all that, because of the exchange that they had. But I mean, there was a hello. There was not like snubbing of each other going on. Then Dabota walks in and Caroline was like, what the heck? Because, unlike the other ladies, I guess Laura had told them, okay, dress elegantly. Dabota didn't give a rat's ass about the dress code. She just wore something plain and simple. And Caroline was like, what is this? Like, at some point, I thought it was a plumber coming to fix, the plumbing situation at the restaurant. Like, what is this? You didn't even put in any effort. See, let me tell you guys something. Dabota has this thing that pisses me off. She feels like every other person is beneath her, and she can't stand it when she sees other women that are, doing stuff that is above her, sort of. Now, Laura once again apologizes for not being there for her event. Now, mind you, again, this babe never checked up on Laura at all. Now, Laura is now apologizing to her. The way she just did her face, like, I'm like, did you chop shit? What the heck is wrong with this woman? Anyway, so they were there. More the tension there, you could slice it with a knife. Then in comes Sophia. Oh, mamma mia. What she wore, baby girl was looking sweet. She was looking edible. She was looking takeaway. And she even gave us a 360, and the ladies were gushing about her. And of course, Sophia was like, I saw, Diadem and Dabota looking at me as I saw Dawn. I'm like, okay, who wouldn't look at you, baby girl? You are basically, everything was curvaceously good. So that was how Laura was like, okay, I think we should do something. We should tell each other how we feel about them. And they were like, now. And she said, yeah. Then Caroline went, and she said she has two things to say. One, to Diadem, and two, to Dabota. She said for Diadem, I mean, we didn't even have an issue. I see you as a sweet girl, but the fact that, the way you were keeping your face, the way you acted and all that. And Diadem was like, I wasn't keeping my face anyhow, but Diadem, you were. And at the end of the day, they squashed it because Diadem said she was thinking about a lot of things. And Sophia was like, okay, fine. Maybe next time if I see your face, I'll probably just, ask if you're pissed, right? Then she says to Dabota, first of all, my issue with you started from the day I invited you to my house and you had told me you sprained your ankle. So she basically repeated that story. And honestly, let me not lie to you guys, I actually felt like she should have taken that conversation, like have a private conversation with Dabota about it. And she should have said that way before they even got to the beach, or after. Like, it shouldn't be after the beach. It should have been like immediately after that thing had happened. This was like how many episodes ago, and you are still holding on to it. I love the way that Dabota handled the issue, acknowledge, that, okay, fine, I can understand how you feel, but I mean, Ehi is my sister. I didn't know you guys had an issue. You guys were friends. I thought you guys were friends. So basically it was like, oh, my friends are coming to visit me because I sprained my ankle. And she literally just explained everything to her, right? And for a lot of us that do not understand why Caroline felt that kind of way, when Caroline was like, I'm spiritual, and I see a lot of people were like, she's giving witch vibes. She's not. I'm an Igbo girl. I'm a Nigerian. And I will tell you something. If you feel like somebody is not your person and the person is hovering around, or you see the person where you're eating stuff, and then the guest brings food to you and the guest refuses to eat from the food, it looks somehow. It actually looks so very somehow. Yeah. And some people might not think a lot of it, yes, but some people will think something out of it. So I understand where Caroline is coming from, but I felt like that discussion should have been taken, it should have been just between her and Dabota. But I praise Dabota for the way she handled that whole situation. And surprise, surprise, we actually found out that Dabota was actually worried about, the Sophia situation. She actually came to Caroline to tell Caroline, but Caroline never told Sophia, and she told Miriam. I'm like, Caroline, you being shady right now, girl. You being shady. First, you never communicated, to Sophia that, okay, Dabota is not so because of this, and you just let her come there to take all the bullet, and you sat there, you didn't really say much, and now, you were supposed to tell Sophia to also make Sophia understand, okay, that this person actually cared, because Sophia was basically thinking that, okay, this, person did not give a rat's whatever about how I was feeling, but at the end of the day, I felt like all that ends well, be how they talk that thing. Sophia was like, oh, wow, she did, really? And, it's all kumbaya from there. But I don't think there's going to be a kumbaya next episode, because we see Sophia and Caroline sitting, and we see Laura there. I think it's Laura's office or something, and they're like, they can bond. That was Caroline saying we can't be bonding. So I don't know who they're talking about. I'm not sure it's Laura. Maybe it's Dabota. We do not know. And also, Sophia wants to take them to Ghana. I'm like, okay, Sophia, let's see how your hosting is gonna be like, because I mean, you really trashed Dabota for her hosting skills. Let's see if yours will actually, stand out or even make an impression. This episode wasn't really the same tempo with the last episode, but at least it's something. It is something. It's telling us that all these issues could have just been avoided if one or two people actually passed the information. It's as simple as that. Yes, guys, what do you think about this episode of The Real Housewives of Lagos? What are you expecting next episode? Let me know in the comment section. On that note, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, what exactly are you waiting for? Kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezinne Williams. Have yourself a beautiful, wonderful day ahead.